welcome to another episode of The Last 7, episode number 26. So that means we should have done 6 months worth. Amazing. I'm your host, Dan Rowley. Joining me today, Kenneth Trainer.
Hello.
And Antonio Romola.
Hello.
Justin, of course, not here. That's his MO.
Yeah, but not in Bulgaria again. He's not anywhere exotic.
He's culturally somewhere different.
He's in...
Carol singing in Shropshire.
He's carol singing in Shropshire,
Is
more
he?
than likely. Oh, I
didn't know that.
Dude, it's really, really quaint in Shropshire. Just the bits that he's taking us around.
Well, I'd imagine that's the sort of thing Justin would do to make a bit of money.
Yeah. I was
Go
gonna say.
caroling at night.
Now you think about it, it makes sense. It's probably how he started out, isn't it?
I'm surprised you haven't. Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't got into caroling, Tony.
Well,
You know,
last
you
year-
make cash.
what's going on?
Last year he made candles to sell. Do you know that?
No? What?
I don't know if it was just before Christmas or something. To earn a bit of extra cash, he started making his own candles and that. And
Where was he selling
and selling them like arts and crafts.
Holy
stuff.
shit, I have no
His
idea.
mum was helping him and stuff. He was making all sorts of things.
His mum was helping him, so his mum was what? Doing it, and then he was just...
No, I think his mum was just helping him get his little table set up.
I had no idea. Why didn't he tell anybody? Do you think he'd be mocked? I think it's
He
an honourable
told me and
profession.
George about it.
Oh.
Only because he probably wouldn't have told me about it if he didn't end up borrowing some stuff from the house to make his candle. He used a pan to melt wax down or something. And
Isn't that the third most important trade after butcher and baker?
what candle maker? What's the word for it? Is it
Candlestick maker.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that it though? Is that all they do? What about the fire? Do they make the fire or?
What?
The candle?
Well, I see.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Excellent choice, sir. Would you like some fire to go along with that candle? Otherwise, it's kind of redundant. It's kind of a wax
So what?
cylinder.
They just have shops that sell just candlesticks.
They must do. I think they have them in sort of the crystal shops that you see. The New Age numbers, dream catchers,
Yeah.
candles, tarot cards, bongs.
But if you think about it, that rhyme's probably old enough that candles were your source of light in the evenings and stuff. So there probably was much more of a demand for.
Not rarely do people go to the butcher and the baker anymore, Tone. Let alone the candlestick maker. Go Asda. Get the lot.
No, that's right. Just get everything.
B&M bargains, pack of 10, 12 candles for,
Away we go. We promoting ourselves.
Straight into
Straight
B&M
round
bargains.
there, yeah.
For your bread, milk and your tea lights. Disgraceful. Smoking in cars with children in it will be banned next year from October.
Good.
Now, I was going to say, who's doing that?
Yeah, exactly. Who's doing that?
Even as a smoker, even as the most... You're responsible for your own health, obviously, but who fucking...
It shouldn't even be an issue that has to be banned. It shouldn't even be happening. This should never how...
They must have found it. They must have found loads of
it was-
instances, at the doctors, at the paediatricians and whatnot, where they have... Because you get those carbon monoxide readers a week.
Like a
8 or 9.
breathalyzer, isn't it? But
Yeah.
carbon
So they
monoxide,
must have got that for children. Or it must have been instances where people have been pulled over enough with a car full of fucking smoke. Children coughing in the background.
I don't think parents should be allowed to smoke, near their babies in pushchairs and stuff.
Why would... Yeah.
Right? Because I think
yeah.
it's well harsh.
But yeah, you see it in town and stuff, and people leaning out, and it's wrong to judge people on that one thing, but it's just, if there's anything to judge people on, it's the fact that they're happy to lean over a pram with
It's just
fag
not
ash
fair.
hanging out
It's
the
just not
mouth.
fair, is it? It's not right. It's
I
just
tell
not
you what.
right.
I tell you what. Does really. I do judge on is when you see a pregnant woman with a fag hanging out her mouth.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
bloody
always
hell.
annoyed
that
me.
That should be banned as well.
Or on the piss.
Yeah, well,
Or both.
I've never seen that. I've never seen a woman pregnant.
The triple.
drink.
No?
No, my God, if I saw that, I'd be shocked. Shock horror.
Would you say something?
What?
That's Antonio's shock and horror noise there. Would you say something?
I would definitely let her note. I would do that whole thing where you let them notice that you're disgusted by it without saying anything. So I'd just pull a face and I'd stare and I'd be
drunk
sort of
people.
yeah.
You'll very much pick up on subtle hints. And
Disappointed, that disappointed look of my.
I'm at my most receptive and intuitive whilst drunk.
Just sort of
like what?
just shake your head back and forth so they know you're thinking no.
The only thing is,
disgraceful.
I just imagine you there for 20 minutes, just shaking your head, wait for it to notice you.
You heard about the film The Interview, Tone?
No.
Of course not.
I haven't heard of it.
You no?
No.
Seth Rogen
What is it? New film, is it?
and is it James Franco?
Yes.
The film is about a couple of guys who get an exclusive interview with Kim Jong-un, the leader of North Korea. You know, the little chubby guy.
Yeah.
And then the CIA tried to recruit those two people to assassinate him. And it has caused... you haven't heard anything about this film? Like the hacks into Sony and...
There was like Sony's server got hacked and loads of stuff got leaked, didn't it?
Yeah, it did, yeah.
And yeah, the CIA said that North Korea was to blame, like a country hacking a corporation, and then like because of the sort of escalating, what situation would you call it?
Yeah, escalating tensions.
Tensions, that's it. That's a much better way to phrase it.
Yeah.
Because of that, they pulled the release. They said we're not going to release the film at all.
Yeah. Said it's been the release has been suspended indefinitely, but they are going to release it to certain cinemas on Christmas Day this year in America.
It was Christmas Day anyway, wasn't it?
Was it supposed to be Christmas Day?
I think it's Christmas Day release anyway. So I don't think there's any massive. I think the cinemas that have it will be amongst the ones that had slots for it anyway, or however they work.
Stephen Hawking movie's out on Christmas Day or Boxing Day as well, I think.
Oh, the Theory of Everything.
Theory of Everything, that's right. Yeah. Dramatic telling of the life of Stephen Hawking so far.
So is that one for me to watch then, is it?
I think you'd enjoy it, yeah. I think you'd enjoy the interview as well. I think it seems really, really funny. But, if it's going to spark off...
You haven't seen either of these films, have you?
No. I'm just saying. I think you'd enjoy it.
What, you're getting paid to promote them?
I'm not gonna put myself in with the interview lot, not straight away anyway, because I think North Korea is a vibrant country that has plenty to offer the world. If we could just understand the need that they have for nuclear armament and just back off.
Yeah, you sound like Dennis Rodman.
They sent Dennis Rodman. Do you know who Dennis Rodman is?
No.
He's a basketball player, or was a basketball player. He dated Madonna famously for a bit in the 90s.
He's basketball player. So he
was
big black guy, but he always had piercings and tattoos and like multicoloured hair, didn't he? With like pink hair and stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
he was cool at one point, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Chicago Bulls back in the day when everybody in the UK knew who the Chicago Bulls were because of Michael Jordan, etc.
Yeah.
So there's like him, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, I think, in the same team. So people really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he went to North Korea, and I'm not sure he was sent as a diplomat, but his reasons for going and meeting with Kim Jong-un were that he likes basketball. I like basketball.
Well, no,
that's a start.
No, he said that. He said that Kim Jong-un liked basketball and President Obama liked basketball.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
So we should start there to resolve any differences.
That's amazing. It's like the meeting.
I don't think
you like basketball? Favorite team? The Pyongyang Awesomes. Yeah, of course. So about this nuclear weapons then.
Yeah.
where do you take it from a very informal sort
about
of basketball
all those
chat?
concentration camps you've built for your own people.
I often thought that when during the fall of Saddam's regime in Iraq, and they published loads of stuff specifically implicating, well, not implicating, he was there, George Galloway, with meetings with Uday and Qusay and Saddam Hussein himself, and just chatting away, and they printed the transcripts, and I was thinking what happens afterwards. He was like meeting Uday Hussein, and he was like, George, my friend, Uday, how's it going? Your suit doesn't fit very well, I've lost weight. And he's like, George, you haven't lost weight. But I've stopped smoking cigars. Then sit down and then go so those Kurds then, what exactly happened to them?
Uday's the one that used to feed people to his tiger, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think it's reported as well that for his 12th birthday he was given missiles to use in Kurdistan.
Wow.
Yeah, but you have to be careful about what you believe of what you read. But he certainly seemed like an asshole. If you're raised by Saddam Hussein, then what option have you got really?
Dead now, innit?
Yeah, dead as fuck. Printed in the paper, of course. A lot of corpses printed in the paper during that war.
Yeah, like Gaddafi as well.
Oh yeah, Gaddafi was all over the fuck. It was on the news. That paper of it, he was like strapped to the front of a truck, wasn't he?
What's your opinion on that, though? Do you think that shouldn't be done at all?
Well, no, I'm anti-death as a whole. Seriously, but I understand that it happens. But it seems that it's okay. They sort of blur out innocent people and whatnot. They don't show it, or they at least warn you that some of these images are pretty harrowing. But then if it's somebody like Muammar Gaddafi or Saddam Hussein, because that didn't even have to be sort of leaked on the internet. The hanging of Saddam Hussein, that was available on YouTube for a good 20 hours before it was taken down.
I remember specifically with Gaddafi that it was a big deal because obviously it was just chaos, wasn't it, in Libya at the time, and there were reports that he was dead. And then the next thing that footage came. You know when he was still alive, but he was
He was being dragged out of a sewer pipe. There were people holding like his rifle or his handguns, I believe, and then he was being paraded in front and then strapped to a truck, I believe, after he was killed, shot or beaten or whatnot. But no, that was on the news. It was the rolling news. Was that sort of that?
Yeah, I remember because I was with my mate James. We went down to the Wetherspoons by the train station, and all the big flat screen TVs all around. It was like pictures of Gaddafi's dead body. Yeah,
a lot of it for the news, I reckon, is closure because they fucking witter on about it. So witter, obviously it's a serious thing, but they go on for so long about him being in hiding, whether he's not. You know, ridiculous videos made about showing strength. The lighter moments. It was like the lighter part of the news. I remember, especially in Iraq when they had that fucking the defense minister or the PR dude, Comical Ali. He was on there on a rooftop saying that, you know, the US soldiers would be slaughtered as the fucking tanks were behind him. Sort of just blowing shit up. He was on the roof of a crumbling building going, everything's fine. It's totally fine. What started off as, you know, optimism just became just delusion. It was incredible.
Was he in the pack of cards?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Do you remember that, Tom?
What's that?
They had the second invasion of Iraq, so in the sort of mid to late 2003 this emerged, didn't it? I know the invasion was in March 2003, but they'd made a pack of playing cards that had like photographs of the like of 52. Well, they didn't have photographs of all 52. Some of them just had these black silhouettes on because they didn't have pictures of these people. But they had like Saddam Hussein.
He was the Ace of Spades.
Yeah. And it went through, so you like 52 pictures, and they were issuing them to
the US Army and stuff like that.
Troops. So like they were playing cards, they were familiarising themselves, you know, becoming more familiar with what people looked like.
Really.
So if they stumbled across them somewhere, hang on, aren't you?
Sold really well.
That's you, isn't it?
Just loads of them because of the black silhouettes they had, just like shooting loads of shadows about in Iraq all the time. So I thought you were that unplayable character, like the Queen of Diamonds. Sorry about that. This is the Christmas podcast. We haven't mentioned Christmas yet. It's now the 23rd of December, Christmas Eve. So by the time this is published, Christmas will have been and gone.
How do we make it like a Christmas episode?
You could sing my Christmas song that I was teaching you last week.
What was that?
Brilliant.
Okay. Ken, if you'd like to give us a rendition of
No, I don't think
Christmas,
I want to now, because obviously if I'm
Christmas.
the only one putting any effort in for this Christmas, then...
It goes, Tony, if you remember.
Fuck you.
Christmas, it's fucking Christmas, it's fucking Christmas, it's fucking Christmas, Christmas, it's fucking Christmas, it's fucking Christmas, it's fucking Christmas, Santa! But I'm not sure Ken realised when he composed the tune that it's actually sung to the tune of Hava Nagala Hava, the Jewish song.
I still deny that.
Mocking
all,
their lack of Christmas.
It's all my own work. Entirely just drawn from my love of Christmas.
Have you noticed Britney Spears' hair range being advertised?
Fuck, have you seen this? Like the cheapest shite it looks like.
Exclusively Britney Spears' own hair care range. Straighteners, $9.99. Hairdryer, $9.99. Something else, like $12.99. So it's like curling tongs or something like that. So, and you can get them exclusively this Christmas at Lidl.
Oh my god.
You can only get them at Lidl, mate.
Well, mate, don't talk to me about Lidl's, right? Christmas shopping in Lidl's. I'm in charge of the cheese board at my this Christmas. My sister's like, we're having Christmas dinner with my sisters. So we've all delegated different. Like,
I'm in charge of unwrapping the cheese.
No.
Placing it on a board.
So I went to Lidl's to get a selection of cheeses, chutneys and crackers, right? And I was also in charge of the pigs in blanket, so I got like some sausages and some bacon.
Legend, yeah, those other things.
Make them properly from scratch, yeah.
Scratch.
You know.
Wrap the sausage in bacon.
But, yeah, so Lidl's.
Buying a live pig.
First of all, I decide which pig I was going to kill, and then get somebody else to do it for me.
I went to Lidl's and I flipping got about 6 or 7 different cheeses. They didn't have Edam. Can't fucking believe it, right?
Oh,
so then I went to Aldi's and they didn't have onion chutney either, right? They didn't have caramelised onion.
What's going on?
So I went to Aldi's then to
fucking Germans.
To look for the onion chutney and the Edam. no onion chutney, no Edam. Just a shelf full of chutneys with the label, with plum there, bloody, all these other ones. And then it said onion chutney, just bare, empty. So that we obviously...
Cheese and onion, classic. Did you get any plum chutney?
Edam and onion chutney must be the most popular things. They were. And crackers, I can't find any decent crackers. I don't want Jacobs. I just went to Asda's before coming here, because I checked, that's the third supermarket I've checked now.
Yeah.
For bloody decent crackers. And it's all just the shit crackers left that nobody bloody wants.
You need to get to Speed, mate. You need to get to Marks and Spencer's or something of that nature.
Oh, bollocks, mate.
No, mate, you got to get Jacobs crackers wherever you go. If you've got any crackers, yeah, of course we have Jacobs. Which the only nice cracker in it are the square ones and the digestive biscuits ones that are cleverly labelled Hovis.
It's a pain in the ass. I don't understand why they have to sell out. Just because, why are they selling out?
People keep buying it.
People don't buy crackers just at Christmas, so they could have had some spares left over for
They fucking do, mate.
Me and Lauren buy crackers and chutneys and cheese all the time. All year we've been buying it.
Where are these chutneys you're making?
I was going in for my regulars. And they're gone. Just because of all the freaking Christmas fucking, all the bloody hoggers of Christmas that ruin Christmas for everyone.
those annual cracker
buyers.
buyers.
Hoggers.
Same as when you see them in the pub. Once a year pub goers.
Yeah, exactly.
Why don't you make the onion chutney? Why don't you buy some onions? There's onions there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sugar?
Yeah.
What else do you need for an onion chutney?
Surely.
A bit of spice? You don't have time.
You've got the onions, I'm sure.
Christmas is a busy time of year, busiest time of year for greengrocers.
Yeah, hold on. Hold the fucking...
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
What? I can't believe we've totally skipped this. You're in fruit and veg. Yeah. So what's the issue with getting fruit and veg? I'm sure in your travels at the market, I know there's a cheesemonger in the market. With the fucking... I've been everywhere.
No, but you know what he's like. It's like you say, he goes to B&M bargain for his bread and milk. You've got to find the deals.
No, I do support market traders.
Bollocks.
When I can afford it.
Fucking little
I can afford it.
B&M bargain.
Well, I like doing all my shopping, food shopping under one roof if I can. It's easier, makes life easier.
The market.
You can't get everything from the market, mate.
You get most stuff.
Yeah, but then you've got loads of receipts all over the place, haven't you? Whereas when you go to supermarkets all on one.
Yeah.
Because I'm one of those people, I love looking at the receipt afterwards. Lauren gets really pissed off. The last time I went shopping, she hid the receipt from me just so I couldn't look over it and do the maths and make sure we were splitting it correctly.
I like it when I've had a multi-save, like a multi-buy thing.
Such a romantic talk.
Because it gives you the little thing, like, you've saved £4.64 on this shopping. You go, yes, fucking right I have. Spend that on some lovely fags. Or some lovely chutney, Tone. Right, that's your challenge, mate. That's your Christmas challenge. Make some bloody...
I'm not. It's too late, mate. I've only got Christmas Eve to fucking make chutney.
I know, yeah, to cook some onions. Fucking hell, how are you going to manage?
No, mate,
how will you manage?
I finish work at 4, or I'll probably get home by about 5.
So,
and then I've got to make the sausages, the pigs in blanket.
So you've got to wrap sausages in bacon, so that takes, 5 minutes?
And I've got to wrap, 2 presents that I've wrapped.
Alright, give that half an hour, so we're on R5 now.
And that's generous, that half an hour.
Yeah, it's well generous. You're going to have to fuck up the presents.
Because you need about a tenth of that time.
Yeah, so we're on 5:30, so what's happening between 5:30 and bedtime?
Well, I'm going over to Lauren's neighbour for Christmas Eve. So
right.
I'll just sit around and...
What time are you off there? Bang on 5:30 or...?
Oh, well, no, probably about 6.
Alright, so you've got an hour to make easy chutney in an hour, mate.
No. It's too much stress at Christmas.
Too much stress. You've been to 3 shops.
You know that t-shirt?
Yeah.
It says wrestling t-shirt.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think that's...
It's not. Have you seen it? Have you clocked it? It's not.
It's WC, it says.
Yeah, look, it says it's the Queen, isn't it? And Prince Philip.
Yeah.
Huh?
We'll get a photograph of Antonio's shirt and put it online.
Look, wins the wrestling championship. It's the Queen, mate. Like, I was thinking, I don't remember the block had earrings and a crown. And...
Yeah, and looked so much like the Queen.
Off, I've never looked at it. Is it really?
Yeah, man.
Shit, I've never looked at it.
Well, make sure we get a picture to check up online. If you've got any t-shirts that you don't know the meaning of, you can follow us on Twitter at The Last 7. Not just for that, you can contribute your best and worst things of the week, which we'll go through in a minute. You can give us Heroes of the Week, Cunts of the Week. You can also email us, thelast7podcast@gmail.com. Come.
Sorry, for the last like 10 minutes, I've noticed Ken has
Yeah,
been
sorry, I
staring
was
at
gonna
my top,
say.
and I was really, I
I'm
wasn't
sorry,
sure
mate.
about what he was staring at. I thought he was staring at my nipples. I thought my nipples were a bit cold and just showing things.
No, mate, sorry. No, I was trying to work it out. I was kind of looking, thinking, is it? Am I right?
And that's what it was. Bloody hell, mate. Well done. Do
Sorry,
you know, I
man.
bought it just because I like the colours and it just looked pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. I'm gonna have a good look at it later when I take it off.
Just look in the mirror. That's this week in history, chaps.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah.
You know, Christmas, day before Christmas Eve. Be interesting to know what big events happened in history near Christmas like. You know?
Well, of course, this week, 2,000 years ago, in a manger in Bethlehem.
Oh, brilliant! I know this one.
Nobody really knows, but it's said that our Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ was born. No evidence for that, of course, outside the Bible. But
That's when the world changed forever.
do you know about Saturnalia?
Saturnalia?
Yeah.
No.
Saturnalia is the the Roman festival that took place in the winter after the winter solstice.
Yeah.
And it was just a huge day of celebration. A lot of celebrating in the Roman Empire was done sort of like civically, like in their own spots. Obviously, it was all across the world. They have their different customs, and they're quite all encompassing. That's why they were successful. But Saturnalia was across the whole of the Roman Empire. Like everybody did it, and people think it's where the gift giving originates. Servants used to be sat down at the table and served by their masters. It was originally like a day, sort of the 13th of December, I think, in the Julian calendar. But then it just went on for longer and longer and longer, and it was often called the best of days. Saturnalia. They got mortal. They did exactly what people do at Christmas now.
Is that sort of like carried on to today? Has it become something different?
People think that's why Christmas is Christmas. There's loads of it's a mishmash, and people try and give one meaning to one thing. But after the solstice, pagans used to bring in sort of evergreen trees into the house to honour them spiritually, so that all the other trees, like deciduous trees, would grow back. You should bring it in the house, love for it and care for it and stuff like that, decorate it, make it look pretty, and then take it back out when the springtime came, and try to encourage other trees to grow as well. So there's that. There's the fact that loads of people celebrate in the winter after sort of the shortest day, and after days getting colder, because after the shortest day, by definition, days get longer. So the weather should average out, and it get sort of increasing temperature. So people survive. People celebrated surviving winter essentially.
I wonder how many years Christmas has been the way it is today. Like for how many years?
It's been a total change, mate. Well, Prince Albert introduced a lot of traditions, German traditions, to the UK, because he was married to Queen Victoria. He started the idea of that again, sort of bringing the Christmas tree in and decorating it with candles. They used to light it with candles, sort of balanced on and tied to the fucking branches and that. Yeah, surely a recipe for disaster, and indeed it was many times. But yeah, Christmas is a huge hodgepodge, mate. But it's essentially a time for giving and spending time with family and friends.
Yeah.
And there's no better thing to do with your life.
Chutneys are also very popular.
Oh mate, have you tried getting crackers recently? Fucking nightmare.
I'm gonna have to resort to making my own chutney.
Well, it won't take you long. And that's the good thing about making chutney. It doesn't take long.
Doesn't take long, no.
Hour at best.
I might have to make my own crackers
Because I can go very
what do I do? Just get a load of bread, toast it, and then
Just toast it. Make
let
little
it dry out overnight.
make little bits of Melba toast.
How
Little
do
triangles of
how
toast.
do you make crackers? What are they made of?
You just make some toast and then leave it out overnight. Pretty sure it's got that. You just make it into different shapes. So that may have happened this week in history, the birth of our Lord Jesus and the start of Christmas. But also this week in 1823, the night before Christmas is first published. It was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. You know that, Tone?
Yes.
Good. Why does Santa dress in red and white now?
Because of the Coca-Cola advert, isn't it?
Oh, unlucky son.
Oh.
He was first discovered because people thought he was like in green and purple. That's the sort of thing we were taught at school, wasn't it?
Yeah.
St. Nicholas, who was Turkish, by the way, used to dress in sort of bright colours. But no, he's described as wearing red. Like the image that we have of Santa is described in the night before Christmas. That's the first sort of written image that we have of Santa Claus as we know him, and he's dressed in red and white. It just happened to be that Coca-Cola's colours are also red and white. So he was the perfect advertising mogul for it. Because nobody owns Santa.
They're gonna change their song next year.
What from holidays are coming, holidays are coming? Is it going to be Christmas? It's fucking Christmas.
I know it's not been announced yet.
Right.
But, I'll be in the money next year. Don't you worry.
The world's worst, best kept secret, like Benedict Cumberbatch.
Well,
Doctor
it is.
Strange.
Yeah, it is now. Yeah.
Do you know what really pisses me off about like Santa's grottos and all?
You can't sit on Santa anymore.
No, it's a really silly little thing, but I just think it doesn't take. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't take.
Is
a
it
lot
because
of
they
effort.
don't have any real elves?
No, it's that they don't have real beards. The Santas that they employ, why can't they employ men who have grown beards for the role?
They cost a lot more.
Yeah, well, damn right, and they should do, right? You're trying to make it believable for the kids, right?
Yeah.
Because you get those kids that get, like, because the Santas are so shit, parents have had to tell the kids, oh, it's not really Santa, it's one of Santa's helpers
Yeah.
dressing up as Santa. It's not the real one. Because so many kids are like, Mummy, why is his beard hanging off his face?
Why is there an Italian man hanging around the grotto?
Mummy, why is he fat? Do you know what I mean? It's so shit. Like, you know, and really, what it should be doing is bloody delivering, you know, an amazing
So you
thing
think
for
it's
the
just
kids
like
to believe it.
Okay.
No, there's
Even the elves should make my effort to make the elves look genuine, not just like
hired
fucking
dwarves is
old
what you're
men
saying.
with
Isn't
like
it?
hats with ears on the hat and bloody.
Sorry, so you're you're asking for like real pointy-eared people.
Yeah, you want real
fake
Lord of
ears,
the Rings
like
makeup.
prosthetic
Oh,
ears.
prosthetic ears.
I really think they should go all out, man. I don't. They must do somewhere in the world. I bet in America they do it somewhere where it like looks proper legit.
Yeah.
But I've never seen it done properly, and it pisses me off. And I've seen loads of people walk around town with like big, real white beards, and I always think, if he's not, you know, if he's not Santa, if he doesn't do a good Santa, then I don't know why he's wasted. He's wasted.
Well,
if
you're
he's
pissed
not
off all the time with people going, you know, especially now at this time of year. I love my white hair and my big beard. It keeps me warm in the winter. And all I get is just children. They probably hate children because I was running up and going, Santa, fuck off! That'd ruin Christmas more than anything, like forcing people who had beards.
Do you know what? One day, when I'm older and I go white, like my face shape
You
goes
probably
white,
could
and
grow
I
a
put
big
on weight,
beard in
I'm
a
gonna
day.
apply. I'm gonna do it. Man.
Apply,
I'm gonna apply.
Apply.
There's a Santa school. There's we watched a thing last year called Bad Santa, and they were taking people who were unemployed.
I don't think it was last year, was it? I think that was a few years ago.
Oh my God, was
I
it?
don't think it was last year.
Oh,
I think it's
bugger.
at least 2, maybe 3.
Oh God, no. Anyway, some
Sorry.
years ago, he says with a pipe. We watched a
Many,
program called
many
Bad
years
Santa,
ago.
not the film with Billy Bob Thornton. Yeah, about getting unemployed people to train as Santas, and it was fantastic. And that's how I know the ones with real beards cost more money. The more genuine ones, the guys who are ruddy of cheek, basically the alcoholics with beards. The most sought after. They got a lovely sort of reddish complexion, big old beards.
I'm gonna make my kids believe that he comes down the chimney, but to get back up to his sleigh on the roof, he just touches his nose and disappears, and he appears back up, reappears on the roof.
So why does he come down the chimney then? You can only go up. You can only travel up.
Going up is hard work, so he just, to save his energy, he uses his power of teleporting.
Climbing down a chimney is hard work. Fucking soot everywhere. Full of you'd be coughing the shit out.
What idiot came up with that idea that Santa Claus comes
No, it's
down
not
the
an
chimney?
idiot.
Like before Christmas.
It's a way in, yeah. It's a...
Yeah, just a way in. I think
Yeah,
St.
but it's
Nicholas.
not fair for kids that haven't got a fireplace, is it?
It's true.
And as
Get through
well,
the gas pipe.
Yeah,
when we were
Yeah,
younger,
it's such a
right?
system.
When we were younger, our parents used to get us to write our letter to Santa, and then we left it in the fireplace, and then the next day it had disappeared. So it just like
Disappear next to the roaring
sucked
fire.
it got sucked up the chimney and went to the North Pole,
Yeah.
and Santa got it.
Yeah,
Right?
it did, in millions of bits.
Nowadays, you know what I've
Smoke
heard?
particles.
Yeah, nowadays, you know what I heard? You know, through the grapevine, kids are actually posting it to an address to Santa,
Yeah,
and then they're getting letters back from Santa.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can text Santa. There was a
They
whole
post it to
show
the
on
North
the
Pole
other day.
now. Why
So are you annoyed about this? Are you
Well-
going to write to him yourself?
yeah, but that's too real, isn't it? There's no magic in that. You know, you could just fucking.
Well, then your dad burning your letter.
Yeah, which is what happened. Let's just get back to this. They were cutting out the middleman. Giuseppe, should we get them to post it? Nah, we'll just burn them. That's a
Yeah.
bit harsh. No, wait till they're asleep. We'll just have them to place them in the fireplace
I
so
wonder
Santa
why-
can suck them up.
I wonder
It's the
why I
year
never
that
got
he-
anything I wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything I asked for.
Because they couldn't even read them. Your parents didn't
Yeah,
even read them.
Yeah.
Just
Fucking match on.
Oh
Burn
yeah,
him straight away.
Yeah, Giuseppe just like, oh, Antonio, just chuck it in the fire.
yeah.
Dad, this is my list. What I want for Christmas. Yeah, just chuck it in the fireplace. Ooh,
Dad, there's a fire going. Yes, Santa will suck up the ash. everything. The fire's dying. Quick, write another letter, will you? I'm not sure he got the first one. Put it in the fireplace, and then the morning after they'd gone.
Just got loads of clementines and nuts for Christmas, like.
Got it.
Loads of fruit.
Yeah, loads of leftover stock. Definitely.
Three crates of tomato.
Wow, Santa, thanks very much. A cabbage. That's a good cabbage, mind. You want to use that today, though. Actually, we're a bit short on cabbage. Got some onions there. Whip up a chutney, won't you, son? You're in charge of the cheese board. This week in 1808, Beethoven premiered his Fifth Symphony. Bit interesting.
Which one's that?
Ba-ba-ba-bum.
So what's the fourth one?
Ba-ba-ba-bum. Fourth one is that elevator music that you have. Do 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 do. It's Beethoven's fourth. I don't know, mate. I don't know that one. I'll be completely honest. I'm ignorant when it comes to classical music. Unless you hear something sort of played and you go, I remember that from like Star Wars.
You can definitely tell it was written around Christmas.
Well, ba-ba-ba-bum. Christmas is fuck. Santa's coming, Santa's coming, Santa's coming.
He wrote it after his dad had burnt his letters to Santa.
Yeah, that's right. No, Ludwig, go to bed and Santa will suck up your letters from the fireplace. And he just forgets something and heads back down the stairs just to see his dad burning the letter. Oh God. Bum, 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 bum. That's quite good, actually. I'll write that down. I'll premiere this next year when I finish. On something you were saying earlier, Tone, how long has Christmas been Christmas? Well, this week, in 336 AD, is the first documentary sign of the Christmas celebration in ancient Rome.
Well, what would they have had on the table, though, instead of turkey? It wouldn't have been turkey, would it?
I'm not sure what they had, mate. Probably all of the richest stuff they had at the time.
Beef, wasn't it? Or pork?
Yeah, anything they had there at the time, man. Everything. You're talking about this fucking a huge feast. Caesar-wise, you probably have everything you wanted.
I heard something about turkey becoming the tradition because it was like it used to be more expensive, so it was more of a treat, and you only had it at Christmas.
Well, we had goose like in the UK for a long time. Like I said, I think turkeys are American. I think that they were brought over sort of, it's a long time ago now.
Yeah.
We're talking like originally, I think, goose was really quite popular. They were plentiful.
Goose is
and
good,
there's loads
man.
of
I like
goose
goose
is
for
fucking
Christmas.
stunning.
I had it for Christmas before goose. That was lush, man.
Yeah, we had a goose once. There was 4 of us at the table. There was me, my dad, and my grandparents, and my dad had bought a fucking goose, and we polished off a leg between us. There's this fucking ridiculous dinosaur-looking fucking bird in the middle of the table. Dad was really proud because he'd like cooked him and landed all veg and everything like that. And he's just brought this fucking thing out. Like, well, that is ridiculous. There's no... God, mate, the goose curry and the sandwich. It was January, we were taking on the decorations, like, with turkey sandwiches. I remember it going off. I remember loads of it going off in the fridge. It fucking reeked as well. My dad was like, look, if you take away the meat that's green, you know what I mean, and everything underneath, throw it out, for Christ's sake.
I used to spend Christmas just me and my mum.
Yeah.
And we'd get a curry, like a takeaway on Christmas Eve, and then just heat it up.
My auntie's doing that
Right.
Christmas Day instead of having a roast dinner.
Yeah.
She was like, fancy the change and fed up with roast dinner. Christmas Day, we're going out for a curry.
I like the idea of the mature decision you can make when you get to maybe sort of 17 or 18. You've had a lot of Christmas and that. You might be living away from home. When I was living at Barrack Hill in uni, I had that Christmas Day just on my own because everybody had left the house, the shared house I was in. It was amazing.
The only thing for me with Christmas, it always seems like the build-up is more exciting than the actual day. You get to the day and it's kind of like you're a bit bored then. And it's
just a day.
Anticlimax.
It's a day that requires a lot of effort. So the build-up is, alright, it's going to be grand, but then it's just the magic's taken away. The feeling's taken away by wanting everything to go right. That's why Christmas on your own is pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's true.
I guess that's what it means.
Right.
You just, you're always waiting for it to go.
Worrying about stuff. People who do like the full Christmas day. Do you know what I mean? People stop eating at about. Well, they don't, do they? We don't at Christmas. It's just all the time, just grazing all day. So we have a sleep in the afternoon, so you can get back up, drink a bit more than like fucking champagne, and then just crack on.
Eat some more cheese off the cheese board.
I know, the amount of cheese. Like, I like cheese. Don't get me wrong. That's one of my favourite bits about Christmas is having cheese boards and cheese is left over, so that you can have them for a lovely pudding.
Yeah. Plenty of that. Fucking crackers.
Do you know so much? I got so much Edam in my fridge this Christmas. It's stupid, but it is the nicest cheese. Popular as well this time of year.
Yeah. Now it's something new I learned about Christmas.
This week in 1826, I'm sure you're all aware of the eggnog riots.
Oh no.
No, I'm not surprised. It was a riot, just a big old fight that took place between the 24th and 25th of December. in 1826, as I said, at the U.S. Military Academy at West Point in New York. It didn't even, like, the fighting started before the actual celebration. Basically, tobacco was frowned upon, gambling was frowned upon, but you could get kind of a bit in trouble, a bit of a slap on the wrist if you were caught doing that at the academy. Drinking is completely banned. So they had to sort of sneak it in. And the fighting started on like the 22nd of December when two guys went to try and procure like a barrel of whiskey to bring back. And they had an argument with a publican and another publican, and then they had a fight straight away. So before any booze was even drunk, it started off as a scrap. And then they managed to get these gallons of whiskey back to make eggnog. And then from Christmas Eve to Christmas Day, everybody just got pissed, started fighting, windows were smashed, beds were overturned. It was absolute fucking carnage. These people who weren't allowed to drink and then just drank excessively for a full day and a half. There were like sort of 4 court-martials afterwards, courts-martial rather. A lot of people got in a lot of trouble. Yeah, it's called the Eggnog Riots.
That's the problem, innit? You know, give people the freedom to do so whenever they want, and they won't abuse it as much. That's
Beautiful.
That's what I think.
Well, no, you're totally right.
It's loads better drinking, getting pissed in the house, innit? Around friends or
yeah, on your own in the dark. No problem. That was This Week in History.
Cool.
Covered a lot there.
I've been dressing up as an elf at work alongside my brother. He bought us like elf costumes so we can self-fit veg.
Did you spend much on the elf costumes?
Yeah, he ordered them online from America. They were like £112 each. We look like real elves.
No,
Like
they are. They're the elf costumes.
So this is like what you were saying
I
earlier
walked
on.
into Santander on my break, dressed as an elf, and as I walked through the door, the one behind the desk went, "Oh my god, you look like a real elf." And then on my way out, she was like, "Can you tell me if I'm on the good list or the naughty list?"
Oh,
I should have turned around. I just laughed. I should have turned around and said, "You're on the naughty list."
Yeah, I was just about to suggest where was the sexual innuendo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's what my brother said I should have done. But anyway, yes, right. I can't believe this. 2 customers.
Oh, sorry, that wasn't.
No, we're back to Santander.
No, I couldn't believe this. I couldn't believe like you'd think that being in a green costume with striped red and white striped socks, curled shoes, yeah, with little bells hanging on.
Why
off the
haven't
edge
I
of it.
been down the market to see you in this?
With
Why
a
haven't
big-
I?
It's expensive down the market, man.
You'd think that people would know that you're an elf, right?
Yeah.
It's obvious. Christmas time.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
You're not in red, and you're not fat, and you're not in a white beard, so you're the other thing, which is an elf, right? But I've had 2 customers. The first was an old lady, and the second was an old man, and they both made this comment. The old lady said, "What are you supposed to be dressed up as then? An Irish Father Christmas?" I went, "No, I'm an elf." And she went, "Oh, well, it's the same bloody thing, isn't it?" I actually said to her, "No, is it? Oh, it's the same thing, is it?" She was like, "Well, yeah, you know what I mean." I was thinking, "No,
No.
what do you mean? Irish Santa Claus, because I'm dressed in green."
Is he different in Ireland?
And
Is he a priest? Father Christmas?
No, but I thought, for me, that was the
Patty
best.
Christmas.
And I thought, right, well, she was nuts. And then another old guy came along and said, "Oh, what are you, Irish Santa Claus?" I was like, "No, I'm an elf. What the hell is this? What's the deal with this?" I was like, another woman thought that.
Looking for a hidden camera.
So, yeah.
Come on.
Best thing of the week, because I just found it so amusing that there's this weird like little racist thing going on about like an Irish Santa is apparently dressed as in green.
Yeah. And
They're thinking of leprechauns. Surely they're
that's
just
what I was
smashing
thinking.
together. They're old though. They're probably just mashing together memories from here, there, and everywhere. Just go. What are you supposed to be? An Irish unicorn?
Yeah.
Any nominations for Hero of the Week, guys?
Santa Claus.
Definitely Santa, of course.
He's doing a good job.
He's going to be busy as hell.
Have you seen those new kids books that have come out called Santa is Coming to, and then it's got one for Merthyr, one for Newport. Santa is coming to Merthyr, Santa's coming to Newport. Santa's coming to the valleys.
All right, so it
Yeah.
changes like
Yeah,
so
yeah.
what the
Santa's
expectations
coming
of the
to
children.
Cardiff.
So it's like Santa's coming to London,
It's-
expect all
yes.
this wicked stuff. Santa's coming to Merthyr. Well, he has been. I'll give him that. What he's left is, well, it's entirely up to him. And it turns out that you have been pretty naughty this year. So
Big pile of reindeer shit.
yeah. Got some lovely wood to chop and some hoovering to do. So it's a new Hoover mine. So enjoy. I'll be downstairs.
Where'd you get those? There's someone local
I
making them.
I saw it in Waterstones.
Like they got a range, yeah.
Yeah.
What's in them?
They're just loads of pictures of they've like animated buildings like famous buildings of new places and stuff in the streets and everything.
Will Santa pass past the?
Yeah.
Will Santa go past the civic centre? He might as well do.
It is. I didn't.
There's a lot of presents here. If only there was some way to transport them across this length of water.
gonna
Now
need
my
to go
reindeers
down.
are so
Dude,
tired.
I nearly bought it for myself. I think it was only $4.99. I didn't look through. I didn't flick through it because I seen in one of the valleys and that was pretty cool.
It's the picture. What a lovely amphitheatre, said Santa as he rode across Killeen, delivering near the golf course and school.
I don't know what the purpose of it is. Is it for tourist children?
Some people are going to look and go, no, he has been. Look, he's taking photographs. There's W.H. Smith's. I don't think kids are worried about telling their parents that they don't believe in Santa. I remember being a bit worried about that.
What about you, Tone? Do you remember?
When I found out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know how I found out?
No.
Because my
Singed letters.
dad, or sometimes my mum, but mostly my dad, on Christmas, day, on Christmas Eve, well, sort of in the early hours of the morning, my dad would dress up as Santa Claus, and we would wake up, because we'd wake up really early Christmas Day. We'd wake up at like 4 in the morning, like, Mum, has Santa been yet? And then my dad would kind of stumble out of bed, really looking knackered as hell and really pissed off at the fact that he was about to do this. And he would nip out of the house, get into Santa's costume, and then we would spy on Santa and watch him leave presents. And then we'd have to nip back to bed.
Awesome.
So anyway,
how early in the morning was this?
This was that used to happen 4 or 5 in the morning.
Holy shit!
Yeah, and you've got
Dad.
to think he'd be knackered from working Christmas Eve as well.
Yeah.
He works really long
Poor
hours.
Dedication.
son, man. Can I imagine your mum?
What a
Yeah.
legend.
And my mum only did it a couple of times, but every year we'd be like, Dad, you missed him again. You missed Santa again. Because every year he'd bloody miss it. And he'd be like, oh, God, every time. Sort of thing.
Just asleep in the chair.
Yeah, it was really good the way they did it. But anyway, the way I found out was that me and my brother found the costume in his office.
So he didn't work out from the years that he always missed him. You just opened it and you saw the costume and went,
Found his study. I was like, oh, that's how it's been happening. But then, because Marcello, my youngest brother, there was an age gap. He still had to believe in it, so we went along with it then. But then every time my dad dressed up, because my dad was still dressing up, just so my little brother could still get the magic sort of out of it and stuff. Every time we would dress up, we would start me and Alessandro, my other brother, we'd start creeping up right up to Santa and tugging my dad and pulling on his jacket and that. And Michelle would be like, oh my God, he's getting really close to Santa. So we were really taking the mick, and we'd get right in there and tease my dad and
That's so good.
sort of try and tickle his feet and that as we're spying on him and that. Whereas before we were too afraid to go near him because we thought it was a real Santa. As soon as we
too afraid?
Yeah, we were too scared to
Don't
get close.
he'll eat you alive.
Whereas as soon as we knew it was my dad, we proper took the mick, and my mum would get a bit annoyed then because we're like, you ruin it for you.
I'd have said that, yeah, it's surprising really, because two older siblings, they may well have done that. Sort of people I know would have just gripped hold of their little brother, shown him the costume, and then gone, ah! Or at least then just, as you say, take the piss out of your dad and go, oh, I wonder if we can get up a bit earlier. What do you think? What do you think, Marcello? Yeah. What about 3 in the morning? How does that sound?
I remember actually.
I don't think Santa will be up for that. Oh no, it'd be great. Santa can do everything. He's magical, and Marcello really believes. So, what do you think, Dad? 2:30 in the morning.
What were you gonna say? You remember?
I remember on that first year where we knew it was my dad. My mum and Dad had an argument afterwards when he came back to the house after he got out of the Santa's costume, and because she knew that me and my brother and my sister knew it was him, they weren't trying to hide the argument from us, so she was having a go at my dad for not drinking the milk and eating the cookies. She was like, you idiot. He goes, why didn't you drink the milk? He goes, oh, I'm tired. Yeah, and he was like, I'm tired. I was tired. I just forgot. I didn't think. She goes, you idiot. Marcello was upset because he was looking forward, because he wanted you to eat the biscuit. Marcello was upset. My dad was like,
Dad, you missed Santa again. Oh, every single year.
My mum was like, you idiot, she was saying to him.
Giuseppe, a word in the kitchen? Yeah. That was a fucking disgrace, that was. The worst Santa you've ever been. The biscuits uneaten, the milk's not drunk.
Then the following Christmas, he started eating the carrot that was supposed to be for the reindeer instead.
Just snap it off.
Yeah, she started munching on the carrot. My mum was like, you idiot. Marcello left the carrot for you to give to the reindeer. My dad was like, oh, did he? Oh, I thought it was...
Oh, that's wicked. Look at it
My
through the
dad was
window,
like,
see me in the carrot. No! Santa, no! Oh, no!
My dad was like, I thought I was supposed to be all of it. Mince pie and the carrot. But no, the carrot was for the Rangers.
The year after, getting the beard on, right, this year is my year. Present placement, perfect.
Yeah.
Biscuit, mince pie, milk. Carrot for the reindeer, put it in your pocket, take it outside. Right, sorted. No trousers on.
No kids
Following
watching
you.
either. They're all like, no one's interested.
Yeah, it does it
just
all.
slept through.
Following you, mate, my mum did it, and that's how Marcello found out Santa wasn't real.
Really?
Yeah.
Your mum in a nice Santa outfit.
I think my mum was just like, right, your father's shit at it now, he's lost his touch. I'll do it next year. Yeah. And then Marcello, I just remember Marcello being like, is that mum? Because she just looked shit in the suit.
Long hair
And she
that.
tried to do her best ho ho ho, and it just did not. It just sounded like my mum.
Can you do an impression of your mum's
It was
ho ho ho?
I think it was just oh.
That is terrible. That is terrible. And your mum had the guile to have a go at your dad because he didn't eat a biscuit. I bet you looked amazing.
Yeah, and that's when Christmas died there. That Christmas it never happened again. Costume was gone. Never happened again.
She probably still threatens him with that Santa outfit.
Forgot to mention as well, he used to let off a firework outside the back garden first before going in the house and leaving the presents.
That must be fun for the neighbours at 4 a.m.
He used to walk around the house. Do you know what he used to do first? He used to walk around the whole house ringing the bell. Right? Yeah, jingling the bell so it sounded like he was arriving so we could listen. We're like, and then I think he had to like climb on a ladder and get quite high up and then ring like bell up the roof so it sounded like the reindeers.
Fucking hell, dedication to a bit.
And then he would let off like a sparkler in the back garden. We'd spy from my mum's bedroom window, and he'd let off a sparkler so it just looked like he was letting off a bit of magic, like just doing a bit of magic in the garden.
Let a bit of magic with his lighter.
Your mum choreographed all this.
Yeah.
And then your dad,
It was
who was
wild,
knackered, got kicked out of bed at like 4 a.m.
Up a ladder, no
to go
doubt.
climb up a ladder and like
Do you think the neighbours were happy because there was like a bell ringing? They were like, "Oh right, somebody's actually going to the effort. Saves me doing it. Wake up the kids and just say Santa's there. See the magic."
Yeah.
Santa looks pretty
Is that
tired.
the milkman? Working
Or it was your dad going, right, if I'm getting up at this time in the fucking morning, the neighbours are having some too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely. That's really nice.
Yeah,
That happened
great,
for
the effort
ages
is
at
brilliant.
Christmas. I think I knew Santa wasn't real when, as you say, you leave like a glass of brandy and a mince pie for Santa, and then just waking up Christmas morning to see my dad with an empty bottle of of brandy just underneath the table, mince pie strewn across his chest. You and Santa stay up for a night. What's the? Oh, Merry Christmas. Right, yeah. I think I've worked out how this happens.
God, fathers are just shit at doing Santa. They just failed. Us. We're still on Hero of the Week, aren't we?
I did ask you for Heroes of the Week. Yeah, we went
Oh
on for
God!
Santa.
We started talking.
Your
about
dad is my hero of the week for
God,
definite.
he is a
He could be.
Yeah,
He's
that's
a hero,
fantastic.
yeah.
Few notable, actually, I say heroes, man. It's gone back to the original format, which is people who have died this week, essentially.
okay.
Joe Cocker, of course.
Yep.
Jeremy Lloyd, who helped write Hello Hello and Are You Being Served? He died this week.
He was married to Joanna Lumley.
Really?
I was reading, yeah.
Do you hear about Billy Whitelaw, who died also this week?
See, I don't know. Who
Famous actress?
I don't know these people.
She played the Craze mum in The Craze with the Kemp brothers. She was in The Omen.
How do you remember
Was-
the names?
Hmm?
Sorry. How do you remember the names of all these famous people?
Like I read it today, a lot of it, but
Right. So
she was also in Hot Fuzz. She died. She was hugely,
No, mate, lost.
hugely
I'm
big
sorry.
mates with
don't even ask me.
Samuel
anymore.
Beckett.
From now on, don't even ask me like on the
She's
podcast.
Beckett's muse, isn't she?
Yeah, definitely. There's some letters and well, there's a lot of correspondence and a lot of work that they collaborated on that's recently been sold for £35,000. It's good enough. But yeah, she did a really famous version of Not I. You know, the one where it's just sort of talking lips, like a blackened face and just talking lips. It's amazing, mate.
No, sorry, dude. I don't know. See, I'm sorry. I'm just really.
You know
disappointed in
Samuel
myself
Beckett.
right now. I'm so ashamed of
You know
myself.
Samuel Beckett, don't you?
Yes.
There we are then.
Yes.
So she was like, yeah,
Alright.
big mates with him.
He called her work like outstanding, and you know, sort of like Ken said, she was his muse. Things that needed to be tested out and tried, he'd often have her read, because he was such a perfectionist. Like, it was ridiculous. She was saying in an interview that I saw on BBC Today, if there was an and instead of an or if you know, just one word out of place, you'd see him sort of cringe, and you know you'd have to do it again, do it perfectly. But because it was coming from a love for his craft, then yeah, she was happy to do it. Whereas a lot of actors would get very tired, especially ones who like to ad lib. Whereas somebody who's got such a perfect vision for their work needs somebody to auteur that. So yeah, very, very sad. Few heroes there, but I think it's going to be your dad, mate. Always.
Yeah, we'll give him it.
No, because he's had. Well, there's been at least 3 shames of Giuseppe on this podcast.
Yeah.
So I think we owe him one back. So it's 3-1 to shames at the minute. Cunt of the week, anybody? Shouldn't be really because it's Christmas, but this one was quite funny, the one that I've got. Have you heard, I'll go for tone on this one, of Zlatan Ibrahimovic?
No.
Shouldn't worry about it, mate. He's a Swedish footballer. He went on record today as being very, very disappointed, upset even, that he was not voted Sweden's sports person of all time. Lost out to Bjorn Borg, the tennis player.
Right.
And they said, are you upset? He said, no, Bjorn Borg's a really great guy, but if I was making the list, I would have been number 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Not sure how tongue-in-cheek it is, but he seems pretty pissed off. He seems like an arrogant bastard anyway.
Well, yeah, why would you care about something like that?
Yeah.
He said, coming second is just as good as coming last. So one might put that down to the competitive nature of a sportsman, or his twattish behaviour.
Yeah, what a cunt.
What an absolute cunt. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, you were this week's Christmas Cunt of the Week.
Horrible cunt.
Are you ready, mate?
Yeah.
Are you feeling festive?
Yes.
Then it's time for a Christmas question of tone. Tone, what's the worst Christmas present you've ever received?
Oh God.
Anybody else want to write in for a question of tone? Follow us on Twitter at TheLast7 or email us thelast7podcast@gmail.com. Send us some mysteries. We haven't had Twilight Tone for a couple of weeks.
I can't think of anything, man.
That's probably a good thing then.
Yeah, that's great.
What's the worst present you've ever given someone?
I've got a DVD that you gave me called Those Bedroom Eyes that you picked up from a fucking skip or somewhere. Also got a cup and saucer.
Right, so I think we're establishing
Do you know what? I actually think I have given some shit gifts in the past.
Have you really?
Yeah, I have. I don't. Sometimes I think I'm getting something that's quite funny or like quite different, and it just turns out to be shit. Like, by the person's reaction, judging from the person's reaction, I realise I've made a big mistake. Yeah, I mean, actually, do you know what the worst gift I've probably got? It's something I got for Lauren last year, and I don't know why I ever thought she'd like it really, and she reminds me about it, how rubbish it was. I got her a lot of crap gifts last year actually, so she didn't trust me to get her anything this year. Like, she just told me everything she wanted, and I just got it.
All right, I thought you just saw her saving, and you were like, yeah, no
At
worries.
the moment, when it comes to gifts, I've been a bit of a shit boyfriend. So what I got her last year, I knew she was into Lego. But she obviously wasn't as into Lego as I thought. You know, she loves it. She thinks it's awesome and like reminds her of like childhood and stuff.
Yeah,
so she's nostalgic about
and
Lego.
she doesn't mind sitting there and actually building the Lego and that. She'll still do it now. Like she loves it. You know? She finds it really
cool.
like fun to do and stuff. Because it's quite time consuming. It's not easy, mind. It's not easy the proper Lego.
Went to the Lego shop in Cardiff, mate. Millennium Falcon. 145 quid.
But I thought, I want to get something to do with Lego, something cool, something different. That can be quite cool to have, like a purse or like a bag with a Lego in it, or something a bit unusual. And I found, made in Japan, obviously, on eBay, a watch made out of Lego, which had a Lego strap.
Oh God!
It was huge. It was quite big and bulky. And I don't know why I ever thought
and
that
sharp
she would,
and plastic.
I don't know why I ever thought that she would think it was quite a cool thing to wear around her wrist.
What was it? Did it have
God.
like just a digital display inset in it, or?
Yeah, it's digital inside it, and
Right.
I think it even lights up. Like you can press, lights up in the dark and that. So it's in the dark.
You can obviously extend the
But
strap as well.
I remember I thought it was a great gift. I took ages thinking, she's gonna love it. She was.
Where is it now?
She was disgusted by it.
Where is it now?
I think I had to sell it again on eBay. I I sold it. Yeah, I don't think I got what I paid for it.
I should fucking hope not.
Oh, I can't believe it, mate. I've gone downhill. I used to be good at buying gifts.
Any terrible Christmas presents, Ken?
No, I've always done all right.
Yeah.
I've done pretty
Ditto.
good, I think.
I've never done anything but
I'm quite proud of how I'm quite good at giving presents.
Yeah, you are, mate. You're extremely thoughtful.
As you know, Tom, because I think last week you got a good Christmas
Thank
gift.
you so much, mate. I haven't got you anything. That's awful of me.
I don't want it now after you describe it.
At the moment, I'm lacking the imagination.
You are, mate. Some Meccano pants. Enjoy that.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Well, some chutney left over as well.
I'm lacking imagination this year, really am.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I once went down Christmas Day to see a larger number of presents than I was used to, and extremely excited about the whole thing. All different shapes and sizes, really cool. Opened like a board game, maybe a jigsaw, and then opened a third present, and it was a bike pedal.
What the hell?
And then opened a second present, and it was like a set of gears, like a set of cogs. And then one after, and then I could see where it was going when the saddle appeared. And then as my last gift, my dad gave me the instruction manual of how to assemble this bike. It turned out to be great, but it was with that he taught me bicycle maintenance. Like, because we made it from scratch, and he was like, you look after this bike will serve you extremely well for as long as you look after it. And it certainly did. But, you know, I'm talking about the magic of Christmas being lost. There were other presents left, but I thought, I'll go for the ones that are definitely bits of this bike, get rid of that, and then get to the stuff that I'm going to use, like today. What did you do on Christmas? I made a bike. Oh, you got a bike? No, I had to make a bike with my dad. It was good, man. Always good. Always educational gifts.
So what did you open after all the bike stuff? Like a ramp and like a DVD on.
That
yeah, right. The bike's done. The manual's done. That's excellent. Right. Okay. What can this be? Helmet. Fantastic. Yeah.
I was going to say, did he get you any safety gear?
No.
High vis stuff?
No, nothing like that. They were flashing lights for
so
the
as long as the bike was okay, as long as that was well maintained, that was fine. But he
couldn't
give you
wider.
any safety gear.
Well, that would be my fault, according to him. He's an engineer, so he was like, if the machine hurts you, you've done something wrong. Because you built it. If it falls apart underneath, that's why you'll build it well, son, because you don't want it to fall apart underneath you.
Do you know what I always
Honest to God, if I fell off the bike, he would have gripped hold of the bike straight away. I was like, you've buckled the shit out of this. It's ridiculous. It's been 40 quid to replace easy, son.
Do you know what I always find? And I've learnt a lesson. I've actually learnt a lesson from this, and I think that's.
I'm so glad.
That's going to be my New Year's resolution. Actually, one of my New Year's resolutions is I always find that I think of good Christmas gifts and birthday gifts well before it's that person's birthday or before Christmas is coming. Right?
Just buy it.
So yeah, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that from now on, because then I forget what it was, and I think to myself, shall I buy it now? I always think, shall I buy it now and wait until Christmas so I've got it? And I think to myself, no, that's a stupid idea. How will I buy a Christmas gift now in like fucking January? Do you know what I mean? But I'm going to have to do it. My New Year's resolution is going to be, if I see a gift or think of a gift that's perfect for someone for their birthday, even if it's nobody birthday, just buy it. Just get it done, have it there waiting. So then I know I don't have to rush around, fanning about, you know.
So your New Year's resolution is to be a bit more impulsive.
Yeah,
nice.
I think just go for it when you think of something, like, you know, definitely. So you don't end up getting them shit gift. I've thought of loads of great gifts for Lauren in the past, and then like
and it is the thought that counts. That's what they say.
Yeah, which is lucky because she's never seen any of these gifts.
Anything good, and I know there's something there. I know there's something I thought of, and I just couldn't think of it. You know.
Get yourself a notebook and, you know.
That's another New Year's resolution. Every time I think of a good idea, I'm just going to write down so I don't forget it.
Get yourself a notebook, Tom.
Not just gifts, but, you know, a good plan of action for something.
A good plan.
On that festive, Christmassy note, I would like to wish a Merry Christmas to my two co-participants this week. Antonio Romola, Merry Christmas, mate.
Thank you, Merry Christmas, Dan.
And Ken Trainer, Merry Christmas. I'll see you Christmas Day.
Merry Christmas, Dan. I'll be saying it to you again tomorrow, and indeed the day after.
And Merry Christmas to our listeners as well. Merry Christmas from me.
Thanks for the views, thanks for the shares, and thanks for the likes. It's been going 6 months now, so here's to another 6 months, and here's to 2015. The podcast beforehand will be the last 365, going over the events from the year. Any you want to post us, follow us on Twitter @TheLast7 or email us thelast7podcast@gmail.com. Nadolig Llawen.
What's that? Good night.
Merry Christmas.
Didn't anyone.
Nostad is, good night in Welsh.
Yeah.
That's a 2-hour one, guys.
Don't tell
Fucking hell, it's like nearly 10 o'clock.
Don't tell my time,